Yes.
Sorry?
It's the 50th anniversary of Moffat's writing it. What do you expect?
Fair enough.
It's you. So I presume you're my past self. Brilliant, splendid, fantastic, but what the hell are you wearing?
Well, come on, can we avoid this bloody elephant in the room? As if I'm supposed to afford a full bloody tenant costume, you know? It's best I could bloody get with a charity shop. Come on, man.
Bloody Moffat.
Well, at least we get to meet John out. Is that seriously meant to sound like David Tennant?
Budget?
Let's go slow. Anybody lose a face? What? It was a joke. A little funny one.
Where's John Hurt?
He couldn't make it, so I've come to replace him. And you at Christmas.
Ha! Well, I'll make sure when I do regenerate that I won't walk around staring at people, will I?
So, what the f*** is happening today?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! There's no need to swear, Peter. The bleeper guy's on minimum wage as it is. You're the doctor now, not Malcolm bloody Tucker.
Sorry, I sometimes forget. What's wrong with your costume?
It's a perfect example of what I was wearing in Series 6. Look, I've even got Amelia's reading glasses.
But this is 2013. You wear a purple coat now. Can we seriously stop bringing up the bloody budget issues? I'm a YouTube channel with 3,000 subscribers. I'm not BBC bloody One. I don't actually understand the words he's saying.
Does anyone?
So when are we going to go and save Gallifrey?
As soon as we finish this Moffat bait.
Moffat bait?
Penis jokes and enough quirky conversations between me and Skinny over there to send any teenage fangirl into some sort of shipping overload. And yes...
Yes?
I did lose a face.
Fellas, there's a time portal over there. I think we should probably go and have a look. Allons-y!
Hello, Gallifrey High Command. This is the Doctor speaking. Hello, also the Doctor.
Can you hear me? Yes? Oh yeah, good.
What did he say?
Doesn't matter. Skinny's not very important. I'm the Doctor as well, at your service.
What are you playing at? The Daleks will wipe you out the sky.
Well, not if we...
For Christ's sakes, we are the High Command. We don't need some terrorist planning on some stupid plan.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Unimportant, but if you want your asses saved, then I heavily suggest you shut the up.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Could someone shut him out, please? We're going to put you in a painting or something.
Just read the cue line, please.
The calculations alone would take hundreds of years.
Oh, hundreds and hundreds, but...
I still don't understand what's going on.
For God's sake, it's the 50th anniversary, General. You take a guess.
I told you I'd be back, and it seems I've kept my promise, haven't I?
All of us are here. Every single one.
Calling all the members of the War Council of Gallifrey. You seem to be in a spot of bother. Would you care for me to help out?
I bloody love him.
Me too.
Carrot juice!
Ah, yes, I agree, Tennant. Can we block that call?
Oh, yes.
Hello, it's the Doctor here. Bring it off nice pudding.
The small one. I really like being him.
Capaldi, did you contact Eccleston?
Yes, it's going through now.
Always look on the right side of life.
Hello, you've reached the voicemail service of Christopher Eccleston. If this is a call about that sci-fi show again, I swear to God, I'll come over there and I'll...
Guys, I've got a message coming through.
It's me!
It's John Hurt.
But how?
Moffat got me on the payroll.
Is there anyone else?
Yes, my future self.
Oh, this is just brilliant.
It seems we've encountered a woman. Would you like me to dispose of her, gentlemen?
You can't say that.
Right, everyone's in place. Let's go. Sheard.
Owsy!
I'm bloody John Hurt!
You Daleks are in for a jolly good smacked bottom.
Oh, for the love of God! Hello there, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed that intro because it took way too long to film and edit, but thank you anyway for watching that. Hope the hype has lived up, all 6 minutes of that intro. Let's get into the actual review of Day of the Doctor. Hello everybody and welcome. I am Ace Creeper and today I'm back with a brand new video. Today we're reviewing Day of the Doctor. Let's just get straight into it. So, what is the Day of the Doctor? It came out in 2013, November 25th. Oh, that's not Doctor Who fan. Bad boy. No. So the Day of the Doctor is the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who, aired on the 23rd of November 2013, exactly 50 years after An Unearthly Child first aired on the BBC. It is great. I really love this episode. Now, to sum up the sort of atmosphere that I first ever saw this episode in, I went to the cinema to see it. Obviously, naturally I would. I didn't want to see it on a TV like every other episode. It was a big event. It was a big worldwide thing. When a Doctor Who episode has been shown simultaneously around so many countries and so many different cinemas and TVs, it was ample opportunity to dress up like Matt Smith and go to the cinema. I really, really enjoyed that experience. It had a pre-filmed scene as well with the Sontaran and the Doctors. You can find that online somewhere. But anyway, let's talk about the story of the Day of the Doctor. So the Day of the Doctor pretty much covers the story of Gallifrey burning and how the Doctor did it and what he did and etc, etc, etc. The Time War's been mentioned about so much in the New Who. The 9th Doctor, the 10th Doctor, not so much the 11th Doctor, but definitely the 9th and 10th in Russell T Davies' era, talked about the Time War, the day they ended it and the day they blew everything up. They killed every Time Lord, every Dalek, well, supposedly every Dalek, and saved the entire universe, and he regrets it. It's a horrible decision to live with, and it's awful. War-torn Doctor, throughout 10, 11, whatever, is feeling this until this episode. The War Doctor is a brand new introduction to this episode, canonically as the Doctor who fought in the Time War. He brings the moment to the barn where he was brought up when he was younger, and decides to try and blow up the planet, because it's the only other way. Thanks to the moment opening up time portals through time and space, opens up opportunities for the three Doctors to meet. The War Doctor gets to see how he turns out if he makes this decision, and see what he's like in the future, and make the decision based off that. Meanwhile, the 11th Doctor and 10th Doctor sort of come hand in hand in a sort of Zygon story. They are investigating Zygons that are trying to invade Earth in the 21st century by putting themselves in paintings in... Ooh, this is a good challenge. The 16th century, I think. Yeah, possibly. And that's the novelty of the story. It's pretty basic, but at the end of the day, it introduces three Doctors, and it is the first New Who, other than Time Crash, multi-Doctor story. And by God, it's brilliant. We're starting off here, the 11th Doctor, flying across London, grabbing on the bottom of the TARDIS, and it just works so well. Anyway, yeah, there's not really much to add to the story. You've all seen the episode. It's Doctor Who 50th anniversary. You'll have seen it before. Talking about characters, the 11th Doctor is the Doctor of this story. It's his timeline. It's his part. He is the Doctor, and it's his second last episode before he regenerates in the upcoming Christmas special that same year. Literally a month and 2 days later. RIP. The 11th Doctor in this is brilliant. He's emotional but perfect. He's childish but perfect. He's just exactly what the Doctor is. And he was like this for the whole of his series, really. He grew up.
He became this man that has seen a lot of things. He's an old man in a baby face, and that is just really portrayed well in this episode, and not a credit bad to Stephen Moffat for this particular episode. So good. Brilliant from the 11th Doctor. There's some great scenes with him, especially jumping around. You know, when David Tennant is a bit like post-war Vietnam flashback type thing, you know, not as bad as the 9th Doctor, but still on that level. And it's interesting to see how that happens. They play off each other quite well. The 11th Doctor is very hyper and jokes about even like the stuff about Gallifrey. He's laughing about and all that sort of thing, and that's great. It shows how the character has changed over so many years, as they would. The 10th Doctor, let's move on to him now, is disgusted by this. Obviously, he's not very happy. He's very war-torn. He still remembers the amount of children on Gallifrey. He's still very much in that zone of, this is what I did, and we need to just regret it. We'll keep regretting it. The 10th Doctor in this is great. It's his first run back to the show since New Year's Day 2010, in which he regenerated into Matt Smith. It's great. It's a lot of fun. I love seeing him back on screen. The second he runs out of the TARDIS on the horse with Elizabeth and starts talking, sort of, really want to timey-wimey type things, and it's just a lot of fun when he speaks to the rabbit, when he accidentally marries Elizabeth, when he's in the forest, venom sacs in the tongue. I love it. It's just great, and it's so entertaining to see him back, especially aside 11 as well. The War Doctor, obviously the brand new introduction, played by the legendary late great John Hurt. He's just excellent in this. He was just so good. There's no faulting his character. Yes, he's not a great Doctor because he hasn't been in as many episodes as any of the others, so he can't be really ranked alongside the others. But in his own story, this story, in his own era, in his own life, this man in one episode portrays the Doctor after an entire multitude of years in this war, and that's a powerful thing to do, to be able to actually portray that role and portray that character like that, even though this is your first episode in Doctor Who. This is the first time you've ever been seen on screen, and it's the first time you're really going for it. Yeah, there's a few childish lines, and they're always fun, but at the end of the day, it's just brilliant to see him as him, the War Doctor. The moment has a consciousness. The moment is the weapon that'll blow up everything. It has a consciousness, a live consciousness, played by Billie Piper, strangely enough, in the form of Rose Tyler, or Bad Wolf, as this episode declares. Billie Piper plays a completely different character in this, doesn't play anything like Rose. But what I do like is she just does it. She just nails it really well. Personally, for me, when I read the book, which I'm going to do a review of soon, I promise, or maybe I already have, she's in depth a little bit more. It talks a little bit more about her and how she acts and stuff, and it's very much more entertaining in the book. But on the lines alone in this, it's still very entertaining, and I'm a big fan of it. I really like Billie Piper in this role. I think it worked quite well. It's nice to bring her back for a 50th anniversary. It was nice to not have her alongside David Tennant as well, because that would have been a bit strange, I think. And then obviously the Zygon thing would have had to been changed and stuff, etc, etc, etc. But I still liked it. I think it worked really well. She was great as this moment character thing. It just worked for me, and I really, really am happy with the outcome. Clara, 11th Doctor's companion, probably her best in this story. She does interrupt quite a bit, a few times, with her little emotional puppy eyes, and is a little bit frustrating from time to time, and you're really just here to see the Doctors together. But she doesn't do anything necessarily too bad, you know. Compare it to Series 8 and 9. She's not that bad in this. I quite like her. She's great alongside 11, and it's really great to see them together working so well. It just looks good and feels good, and that's what you want from a companion. Kate Lethbridge-Stewart is also in this episode. She's just Kate Lethbridge-Stewart. There's nothing else. It's just exactly what we've seen before, and I'm not complaining. She's a great character, and I really like her. Head scientific officer of UNIT, and pretty much dictates the whole story. The exposition person. I'm going to speak exactly what's happening so the audience know exactly what's happening, but there's no audience there. What are you talking about? This is a real world. You know what I mean, that kind of character. She's great, and obviously she's the Brigadier's daughter, so it was good to have her in the 50th anniversary, but other than that, again, I think she's done better in the book, but I think I quite liked her on screen as well. She had a presence, but I think she was better as her character in The Power of Three. Osgood, a brand new character. Pretty much every Doctor Who fan or nerd ever Absolutely adores the Doctor, studies him, wears the long scarf and a sciencey coat, and is brilliant. Again, fleshed out better in the book. We're not going to go there. She's great though. Seriously, she's a great character, and I'm really, really enthusiastic to see more of her. She's the only Moffat era character that I actually want to see more of. So I'm certainly hoping that does happen. The Time War was so well done. The second the Time War gets flung on, the Dalek music comes on, they're shooting the planet below, everything is blowing up, the Daleks are surrounding Time Lords. It just feels great. It's the first time and probably last time we ever get to see the Time War properly, and I'm just in love with it. The concept of the Time War alone was so good. To see it on screen was even better, and what a better time to do it in the 50th anniversary. The Time Lords would look and sounded great, they're perfect, the Daleks were just as intimidating as they should be, really, and I just think that worked. The other villain, the main villain, the Zygons, it was great, because they hadn't been back since the classic era, so it was nice to have them back. They look good in the new design. It worked, it was entertaining, it was a nice story filler, because you can't just base it all on the Time War, otherwise it wouldn't 100% work. So it was a nice main story to detract from it, which had similar endings to the Time War in terms of the Doctor going, I made that decision once and never again, and this is why we're saving you. So that's very clever how that plays onto it. It's also an excuse to have filler and the three Doctors have an adventure before the big finale, and I quite like that in a way. So my favourite bits, what were my favourite bits? The opening, brilliant. Everyone and their mums knows about this scene with the 11th Doctor hanging on the bottom of the TARDIS, mainly because it was the major leak thing. Trafalgar Square in London, with the TARDIS being held from a helicopter, and the actual Doctor hanging off it. Of course it's going to be pictured, of course it's going to be sent round. Not complaining. It's a brilliant scene. The music's impactful. The credits coming on screen, and that is your first taste of this 50th anniversary, really. Other than the sort of main opening, the banter between him and Clara. It's the first time we get to see the Slovene music back, which is just brilliant. And it's just great to experience overall. I really, really enjoyed seeing this just beauty on screen. It was so visually pleasing. And it's such a lovely, lovely thing to see on screen. It was just great, and I really, really enjoy seeing this scene every single time it's on. It's brilliant. Another favourite bit is the meeting of the Doctors. When 11 meets 10, it's an experience we haven't really seen in New Who. And the banter between the two, every time you watch it you pick up more lines and stuff, like proper Skinny, you know. And the sand shoes, and Grandad, and Venom Sacs and the tongue. It's just a lot of fun, and I really loved seeing that. My face lit up the first time I saw that, every single trailer before it coming out, and I wish I could experience that feeling again. We might get to in the future, but not quite yet. Twice Upon a Time had it briefly, but with it being more, the first Doctor, I haven't seen too much of the first Doctor, so it wasn't as impactful. But for me at the time, it was the two Doctors that I'd grown up with, Matt Smith and David Tennant. It was just my entire childhood coming together, and them taking the nick out of each other. Yes, there was a weird penis joke with the screwdrivers, but that's just Moffat. You can't really expect any more than that, can you? But at the end of the day, brilliant, brilliant scene. And obviously the final one, saving Gallifrey. There's reasons why I recreated 2 out of 3 of these scenes. Well, I couldn't create the third one because I don't have a helicopter and I am terrified of heights. But main 2, I absolutely loved the meeting and I loved the saving of Gallifrey. 2 brilliant scenes I loved recreating in the woods just out there and on the green screen downstairs. A hell of a lot of fun. And my God, it's just visually spectacular, isn't it? You can watch it and go, wow, this is definitely the 50th anniversary, isn't it? I love this and it's great. And I just absolutely love it. Overall, The Day of the Doctor has got a few little flaws, but they're barely noticeable. This episode makes me smile every time I watch it. The Time War, the music, the impact, the Doctors meeting New Who, the introduction to John Hurt as the War Doctor and his fantastic, brilliant performance. It just puts everything in perspective for me when I'm watching this episode. I can put this on, watch it, and go, that was brilliant. Every single time. It almost feels as good as the first time I watched it. I say almost because you can never recreate that one big feeling of the Doctors meeting for the first time and the saving of Gallifrey and such. Everything works for me, and I really, really never find that in a Doctor Who story. I usually have something to pick out. I love this to bits. If anything, I could say it's perfect. But to clarify how much I love The Day of the Doctor, I am going to make a brand new class on my rating system for reviews right here, right now, called, well, I'll just announce it. I'm rating The Day of the Doctor brilliant. And yeah, that's pretty much that. I absolutely love it. I think it's great. It's just perfect for a 50th anniversary special in modern day. yeah, that's pretty much that. Thank you all so much for watching. I really, really, really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do make a like and suggest any other episodes you want to see me review in the future, because I'll certainly jump on those. I'm looking forward to doing End of Time, which I will definitely be getting onto, but other than that, there's not really much else to say. Thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy this video. Please leave a like, comment below for any more suggestions in the future. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're almost, we're nearing 4,000 now, aren't we? Christ, that's mental. Patreon, Discord, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those lovely links in the description. And have a lovely day. See you all next time. Bye-bye. I could be a curator. I'd be great at curating. I could be the great curator. I could retire and do that. I could retire, be the curator of this place.
You know, I really think you might.
I got you! It's me, Capaldi, dressed as Tom. And I got it on camera as well. Yes.
Thank you very much for watching this Day of the Doctor review. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, comment below for more suggestions for reviews in the future, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Patreon, Discord, Twitter, Facebook and Instagram links in the description below. See you all next time. Have a lovely day.